for the national anthems of both countries. Begin the ceremony officially, I would request Qari Buzurg Shah Al-Azhari for the recitation of Holy Quran.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله حق تقاته ولا تموتن إلا وأنتم مسلمون واعتصموا بحبل الله جميعا ولا تفرقوا واذكروا نعمة الله عليكم إذ كنتم أعداء فألف بين قلوبكم فأصبحتم بنعمته نعمته إخوانا وكنتم على شفا حفرة من النار فأنقذكم منها كذلك يبين الله لكم آياته لعلكم تهتدون صدق الله العظيم.
I would request Dr. Ahmed Raza to please come up for Naate Rasool Maqbool sallallahu alayhi wa alihi wa sallam.
لوح بھی تو قلم بھی تو تیرا وجود الکتاب گنبد آبگین رنگ تیرے محیط میں حباب عالم آب و خاک میں تیرے ظہور سے فروغ ذرہ ریگ کو دیا تو نے طلوع آفتاب لوح بھی تو قلم بھی تو تیرا وجود الکتاب تیری نگاہ ناز سے دونوں مراد پا عقل غیاب و جستجو عشق حضور و اضطراب لوح بھی تو قلم بھی تو تیرا وجود الکتاب شوق تیرا گر نہ ہو میری نماز کا امام میرا قیام بھی حجاب میرا سجود بھی حجاب لوح بھی تو قلم بھی تو تیرا وجود الکتاب.
Jazakallah. With the permission of the chair, we shall now begin the inaugural ceremony. I welcome you all on behalf of International Collaboration and Exchange Office, Allama Iqbal Open University, and Yunus Emre Turkish Cultural Center, Pakistan. I would request Professor Dr. Irshad Ahmed Arshad, Dean Faculty of Sciences, to please come up and welcome the House.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. His Excellency Professor Dr. Mehmet Pachaje, Ambassador of Turkiye to Islamic Republic of Pakistan, Honorable Professor Dr. Nasir Mahmood, Vice Chancellor, Allama Iqbal Open University, Honorable Professor Dr. Halil Tokar, Director, Yunus Emre Turkish Cultural Centers, Pakistan, Professor Dr. Shah Muhyiddin Hashmi, Dean, Faculty of Arabic and Islamic Studies, respected colleagues, distinguished speakers, participants, and students. Assalamu alaikum. I am pleased and greatly honored to welcome you all to this International Multidisciplinary Conference on Socio-Cultural Research, Pakistan, Turkiye Perspective. This conference marks an important milestone in the long-standing relationship between Pakistan and Turkiye, as we come together to explore and celebrate our shared cultural heritage. Both brotherly countries share a special bond based on historical, cultural, and religious ties. It is heartening to note that this conference aims to strengthen these ties through academic and research-based interactions. Through this conference, we hope to facilitate discussions and collaborations not only limited to these ties, but also across a range of fields, including science, technology, arts, education, health, economics, and trade. The conference will provide a space for scholars and experts to exchange ideas, explore opportunities for cooperation, and enhance mutual understanding between Pakistan and Turkiye. Furthermore, this conference recognizes the importance of leveraging academic research and scientific advancement towards achieving our shared goals. In today's sessions, we will have the opportunity to engage the scholars, researchers, and practitioners from a variety of fields as they share their insights and expertise on a range of topics related to our rich socio-cultural traditions. Together in this spirit of collaboration and cooperation, I'm confident that we will build meaningful connections, exchange valuable knowledge and ideas, and foster even greater mutual understanding and appreciation between our two great nations. I believe that this conference will not only promote mutual learning and knowledge sharing between our two countries, but also foster new partnerships, friendships, and opportunities for future collaboration. I'm grateful to the chief guest, His Excellency Professor Dr. Mehmet Pachaje, Ambassador of Turkiye to Pakistan. Thank you, sir, for sparing the time to grace this event. So I would like to take this opportunity to thank the worthy Vice Chancellor, Professor Dr. Nasir Mahmood, for his consistent support and encouragement that radiated a source of energy within us. I believe his guidance and motivation helps our faculty members to do their work with more devotion and dedication. I extend my gratitude to foreign and national experts for coming to this conference from different institutions to share their ideas and discuss about the recent emerging trends of multidisciplinary research with young researchers. At the end, I would like to thank Professor Dr. Halil Tokar, Dr. Zahid Majid, and their team members for working hard to make this conference possible. I hope the participants will find these sessions interesting and stimulating, and that you will enjoy the beautiful weather of Islamabad during your stay here in this conference. Thank you all once again for coming to attend this conference. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Before we move on with the speeches, I would welcome Mr. Abdul Akbar, the press advisor for Prime Minister of Pakistan. And I would also welcome Dr. Ataullah, the Vice Chancellor of Curriculum University, who has graced the occasion, and he's here with us. Now, I would request Professor Dr. Halil Tokar to his Tara Imtiaz, Director Yunus Emre Turkish Cultural Centers in Pakistan. I would request him to please come up for the opening remarks of the ceremony.
عزت مآب جناب ڈاکٹر محمد پچرجی صاحب سفیر ترکیہ جمہوریہ ترکیہ، عزت مآب جناب ناصر محمود صاحب وائس چانسلر علامہ اقبال اوپن یونیورسٹی، مہمانان گرامی، معزز خواتین و حضرات، السلام علیکم. میں یونس امرے انسٹیٹیوٹ کی جانب سے دل کے اٹھا گہرائیوں سے آپ سب کا خیر مقدم کرتا ہوں. یہ ایک تاریخی حقیقت ہے کہ پاکستان 1947 میں معرض وجود میں آیا اور اسی سال ترکی اور پاکستان کے سفارتی روابط کا آغاز ہوا، مگر اس میں بھی کوئی شک نہیں کہ ترکی اور پاکستان کے روابط کو صدیوں پر محیط پیار و محبت کی فضا تقویت پہنچاتی ہے. اس حقیقت میں ذرا بھی مبالغہ نہیں کہ پاکستان اور ترکیے کے لوگوں کے دلوں میں ایک دوسرے کے لیے موجود دوستی اور برادری کے تعلقات ملکوں اور سرحدوں سے برتر اور قدیم تر ہے. اس میں نہ کوئی شک ہے اور نہ کوئی مبالغہ. ترکی اور پاکستان دو قالب میں ایک جان ہے. اس موقع سے فائدہ اٹھاتے ہوئے میں سب سے پہلے ترکی زبان کے عظیم شاعر یونس امرے اور یونس امرے انسٹیٹیوٹ کا مختصر سا تعارف کرانا چاہوں گا. ہمارے انسٹیٹیوٹ کا نام 13ویں صدی عیسوی میں انطولیہ میں زندگی بسر کرنے والے ترکی زبان کے معروف صوفی شاعر یونس امرے سے منسوب کیا گیا ہے. اس عظیم ہستی کی سب سے بڑی خاصیت انسانی اقدار، نوع بشر اور مخلوقات خدا سے محبت اور اخوت اور ہم آہنگی سے عبارت ہے. یونس امرے فرماتے ہیں، مجھے جھگڑے لڑائی سے سروکار نہیں، میرا کام کا تعلق محبت سے ہے. دوستوں کا گھر موجود ہے دلوں کے اندر، دلوں کی تعمیر کے لیے آیا ہوں میں. یونس امرے کی طرح ہمارا انسٹیٹیوٹ بھی عالمی انسانیت کو مخاطب کرتا ہے اور پیار و محبت کو فروغ دیتا ہے. معزز خواتین و حضرات، یونس امرے وقف کے قیام کا مقصد عالمی سطح پر ترکی زبان، ترکی تہذیب و ثقافت اور تاریخ کو متعارف کرانا ہے اور ساتھ ہی ساتھ ان موضوعات سے متعلق مواد اور دستاویزات تک رسائی فراہم کرانا ہے تاکہ دنیا بھر کے تشنگان علم ان سے مستفید ہو سکیں. اس وقف کے مقاصد میں دنیا کی مختلف یونیورسٹیوں میں موجود ترکی زبان و ادب اور تہذیب و ثقافت کے شعبجات میں تعلیمی امکانات کی دستیابی اور دیگر قوموں کی تہذیب و ثقافت کے مابین مماثلتیں اور مشترکات کی بازیابی کی کوشش بھی ہے تاکہ ثقافتی روابط کے ذریعے ترکیے کے دیگر ممالک کے ساتھ خوشگوار اور دوستانہ تعلقات کو فروغ دیا جا سکے. اس وقف کا قیام 5 مئی 2007 کو عمل میں آیا اور 2 سال بعد 2009 میں یونس امرے انسٹیٹیوٹ بھی اسی وقف کے اغراض و مقاصد کو عملی جامہ پہنانے اور فروغ دینے کے لیے قائم ہوا، جس کی دنیا کے مختلف ممالک میں ثقافتی مراکز موجود ہیں جن میں ترکی زبان کی تعلیم کے ساتھ ساتھ مختلف تہذیبی اور ثقافتی اور علمی سرگرمیاں شامل ہیں. یونس امرے انسٹیٹیوٹ کا پہلا مرکز بوسنیا میں قائم ہوا اور پھر بہت ہی قلیل عرصے میں 18 دیگر ممالک میں انسٹیٹیوٹ کی شاخیں کھل گئیں. اب 80 کے قریب ممالک میں یونس امرے ثقافتی مراکز کام کر رہے ہیں. ان مراکز میں لندن، بڈاپیسٹ، برلن، پیرس، روم، قاہرہ، تہران، رباط، کابل، دوحہ، الگرس، مشرقی وسطیٰ سے لے کر افریقہ، امریکہ اور یورپ تک کے ممالک کے اہم شہر موجود ہیں. پاکستان میں ہمارا پہلا مرکز 2017 میں لاہور میں قائم کیا گیا ہے اور اب انشاءاللہ اسلام آباد اور کراچی میں بھی ہماری ترک ثقافتی مراکز کا افتتاح ہونا جا رہا ہے. 2009 سے لے کر آج تک یونیسیمر انسٹیٹیوٹ کے مراکز میں ہزاروں طلبہ و طالبات نے ترکی زبان کی تعلیم حاصل کی. اسی طرح پرائمری سے لے کر اعلیٰ تعلیم تک کے ہزاروں طلبہ و طالبات بھی یونیسیمر انسٹیٹیوٹ کے توسط سے ترکی زبان سے روشناس ہوئے ہیں. یہ اطلاع بھی آپ کے لیے باعث مسرت ہوگی کہ یونیسیمر انسٹیٹیوٹ ترکیے کے اندر اور ترکیے سے باہر دنیا کے مختلف ملکوں کی یونیورسٹیوں کے ساتھ MOUs کر کے ترکی لسانیات کے شعبہ جات کی سرپرستی بھی کرتا ہے. یونیسیمر انسٹیٹیوٹ کی نگرانی میں ترکی زبان کی تعلیم و تربیت کے ساتھ ساتھ زبان دانی کے امتحانات بھی جاری ہے، جن میں کامیاب ہونے والا طلبہ و طالبات ترکیے کی یونیورسٹیوں میں داخلے کے بعد 1 سال کے لازمی ترکی زبان کے کورس سے مستثنیٰ ہو جاتے ہیں. یونیسیمر انسٹیٹیوٹ کی خدمات صرف ترکی زبان سکھانے تک ہی محدود نہیں، بلکہ بہت عمدہ اور آسان طریقے سے اپنی ثقافتی روایات کا تعارف اور منتقلی بھی اس میں شامل ہے، جن میں دستکاری، موسیقی، مصوری، خطاطی جیسے فنون بھی شامل ہیں. اس لیے ان ثقافتی مراکز کے تحت روایتی اور جدید فنون کے کورس بھی کروایا جاتے ہیں، اور اس کے علاوہ نمائشیں، کانفرنسیں، سیمینار، مشاعرہ اور پینل ڈسکشنز سمیت کئی طرح کی سرگرمیاں بھی مسلسل جاری رہتی ہے. جس طرح پاکستان اور ترکیے کے مابین دوستی اور برادری کے تعلقات ہے، بالکل اسی طرح پاکستان اور ترکیے کی یونیورسٹیوں اور انسٹیٹیوٹس کے درمیان روابط بھی برسوں سے جاری ہے. اسی طرح دونوں ممالک کی یونیورسٹیوں کے مابین مفاہمتی یادداشتیں بھی موجود ہیں. جس طرح ترکیے کے قدیم ترین اور سب سے بڑا اعلیٰ تعلیمی ادارہ استنبول یونیورسٹی اور پاکستان کے نامور اعلیٰ تعلیمی ادارہ علامہ اقبال اوپن یونیورسٹی کے درمیان مفاہمتی یادداشت بھی موجود ہے. اسی طرح یونیسیمر انسٹیٹیوٹ کا بھی پاکستان کی مختلف جامعات کے ساتھ مفاہمتی یادداشتوں پر دستخط کرنے کا سلسلہ شروع ہوا ہے، اور نمل یونیورسٹی کے بعد اب کراچی یونیورسٹی کے ساتھ بھی مفاہمتی یادداشت پر دستخط ہوئے ہیں. امید قوی یہ ہے کہ جناب وائس چانسلر پروفیسر ڈاکٹر ناصر محمود صاحب کی رہنمائی میں عنقریب علامہ اقبال اوپن یونیورسٹی کے ساتھ بھی اسی قسم کے ایک معاہدے پر دستخط ہو جائیں گے، تاکہ ہمارے علمی و تعلیمی روابط مزید قوت پکڑ سکیں. لیکن یہاں بھی یہ واضح کرنا چاہوں گا کہ ان روابط کو مزید محکم بنانے کے لیے مفاہمتی یادداشتوں کا ہونا لازمی نہیں. ان یادداشتوں کے بغیر بھی مختلف سرگرمیوں کے توسط سے ان تعلقات کو فروغ دیا جا سکتا ہے، اور اب دونوں اداروں کے اشتراک سے پاکستان اور ترکیے کے درمیان تعلقات کے بارے میں یہ بین الاقوامی کانفرنس بھی اسی تعاون کی ایک مثال ہے. انشاءاللہ ہم لوگ علامہ اقبال اوپن یونیورسٹی، استنبول یونیورسٹی اور یونیسیمر انسٹیٹیوٹ کی ہمکاری سے اسٹوڈنٹس ایکسچینج پروگرام بھی شروع کر رہے ہیں. امید ہے کہ اس کانفرنس اور اس طرح کی مزید سرگرمیوں کے ذریعے ہم لوگ بھی ترکیے اور پاکستان کے مابین موجود دوستی و برادری کے خوشگوار روابط کے استحکام کے سلسلے میں اپنی خدمات پیش کر سکیں گے. آخر میں ترکیے کے سفیر عزت مآب پروفیسر ڈاکٹر محمد پچری صاحب کا تہہ دل سے شکر گزار ہوں کہ ان کی تشریف آوری سے ہماری کانفرنس کی عزت دوبالا ہو گئی ہے. اور اسی طرح میں علامہ اقبال اوپن یونیورسٹی کے وائس چانسلر عزت مآب پروفیسر ڈاکٹر ناصر محمود صاحب کا اور محترم ڈاکٹر زاہد مجید صاحب کا بھی بے حد ممنون ہوں، جن کا تعاون، دل دہی اور ہمت افزائی نہ ہوتی تو یہ کانفرنس منعقد نہ ہو سکتی. بہت بہت شکریہ جی.
بہت شکریہ. I would now introduce you to Professor Dr. Mohyuddin Hashmi, Dean Faculty of Arabic and Islamic Studies, Allama Iqbal Open University. Professor Dr. Mohyuddin Hashmi is an accomplished academician with more than 3 decades of experience in the area of education, teaching, research, administration, and project management. Dr. Hashmi has made significant contributions to the field of Islamic studies through his research. Dr. Hashmi has received numerous awards and honors, including the Best Teachers Award 2022 by AIOU, the Dr. Allama Muhammad Iqbal Gold Medal Award by the Chief Justice, Federal Shariat Court, Pakistan, the Gold Medal and Certificate of Honor for Excellence Performance in Islamic Thought, History and Culture by the Board of Trustees, American International Theism University, USA, and the Quaid-e-Azam Gold Medal Award for his meritorious contribution to interfaith studies by the Bright Future Society. He has also been nominated for the Civil Award 2023 and has received several research awards by Allama Iqbal Open University. He received the Best Teacher Award 2013 by UNESCO and Allama Iqbal Open University, and the Presidential Seerat Award in 1986 and 87 from the Ministry of Religious Affairs, Government of Pakistan, Islamabad. I would request Professor Dr. Mohyuddin Hashmi to please come up for the first keynote speech of the day.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Wassalatu wassalamu ala ashrafil anbiya wal mursaleen wa ala alihi wa ashabihi ajma'in. Honorable guests, ladies and gentlemen, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. It is my great pleasure to address the august gathering of distinguished guests and scholars today on the topic of strengthening socio-cultural research and relations between Pakistan and Turkiye. I will try to highlight the importance of strengthening socio-cultural relations between Pakistan and Turkiye and explore the role that socio-cultural research can play in achieving this goal. Ladies and gentlemen, there are many reasons why we need to strengthen cultural relations between Pakistan and Turkiye. First and foremost, socio-cultural research and exchange is essential to help break down stereotypes and promote greater understanding between the two nations. By learning about each other's culture, customs, and traditions, we can develop a deeper appreciation and respect for each other. Secondly, cultural exchange can help promote economic development and growth. By working together on joint ventures, projects, and trade, Pakistan and Turkey can benefit from each other's strengths and resources. This can create opportunities for business growth, job creation, and economic prosperity for both countries. Thirdly, cultural exchange can also help promote peace and stability in the region. By building relationships and understanding between our two nations, we can promote greater cooperation on regional and global issues, including security, trade, and development. In this context, we must work together to promote cross-cultural learning and research to build bridges between the two nations and create opportunities for economic growth, peace, and prosperity. As we know, Pakistan and Turkey share a deep historical and cultural connections. With both countries having a rich heritage and diverse population, this shared connection provides a strong foundation for building a closer relationship between our two nations. However, despite these shared connections, there are still many barriers that prevent us from fully understanding and appreciating each other's cultures. This is where socio-cultural research comes in. which includes a wide range of topics from language and communication to religion and tradition to political and economic system, by providing us with a deeper understanding of factors that shape our societies. Socio-cultural research can help policymakers with a deeper understanding of the needs and values of our communities. It can help them develop more effective policies that are tailored to the specific cultural and social context of each country. Furthermore, socio-cultural research can promote social justice by shedding light on the social, economic, and cultural factors that contribute to inequality and marginalization. By identifying and addressing these issues, we can promote more inclusive and equitable societies. Another important aspect of socio-cultural research is its role in preserving cultural heritage. Through documentation and study, socio-cultural research can help us understand the importance of cultural heritage and develop strategies for protecting and preserving it for future generations. This is especially important for countries like Pakistan and Turkiye, where the rich and diverse cultural heritage is under threat from globalization and modernization. Socio-cultural research can also play a key role in promoting international understanding. By helping us understand and appreciate the similarities and differences between our cultures, socio-cultural research can break down stereotypes and promote mutual respect and understanding. This is particularly important for Pakistan and Turkiye, as both countries have a unique cultural identity that is often misunderstood or misrepresented in the international community. Socio-cultural research can also play a significant role in making business and economic decisions by providing insight into the social, cultural, and economic factors that shape consumer behavior and market trends. This research can help business to develop more effective marketing strategies and to create products and services that are better studied to the needs and values of their customers. For instance, research on consumer preferences for halal products can inform the development of new products that meet the specific needs and preferences of Muslim consumers in both Pakistan and Turkiye. Socio-cultural research is a complex and dynamic field that requires a range of research methods, ethical considerations, and interdisciplinary collaborations. It has certain challenges and limitations. Researchers must navigate language barriers, cultural differences, and historical biases when conducting their research. Moreover, socio-cultural research is often context-specific, and findings may not be generalized to other contexts. Therefore, it is essential that we invest in interdisciplinary collaboration and ethical considerations in socio-cultural research. This can help ensure that research is conducted in a manner that is sensitive to the cultural and social context of the communities being studied, and that findings are grounded in empirical evidence. Furthermore, interdisciplinary collaboration can help identify research questions and methods that are relevant to different stakeholders and that draw on the expertise of researchers from different disciplines. Islam is a common thread that binds Pakistan and Turkey together. Both countries have a predominantly Muslim population and share many cultural and religious traditions. Therefore, it is essential to understand the religious factor to strengthen cultural relations between the two nations. Through socio-cultural research, we can explore the ways in which Islam shapes the values, beliefs, and practices of the people of Pakistan and Turkey. We can also identify the ways in which Islam intersects with other aspects of our societies, such as gender, race, and ethnicity. For example, we can conduct research on the ways in which religion shapes our societies and how it can be a force for a positive change. Religion has played an important role in the histories of both Pakistan and Turkey and continues to influence our societies in many ways. By exploring the commonalities and differences between our religious traditions, we can promote greater understanding and cooperation between our societies. We must also acknowledge the challenges posed by Islamophobia, which is a form of prejudice and discrimination against Muslims that can create barriers to cultural exchange and understanding. Therefore, it is essential to address Islamophobia through education, dialogue, and awareness-raising initiatives. Through such initiatives, we can promote a more clear understanding of Islam and combat stereotypes and misconceptions. Socio-cultural research can be an effective tool to combat Islamophobia. Through research, we can identify the ways in which Islamophobia affects the lives of Muslims in Pakistan, Turkey, and beyond. We can also explore the ways in which cultural exchange and dialogue can help to challenge and overcome Islamophobia. Therefore, it is essential that we invest in ethical considerations in socio-cultural research, including measures to address bias and discrimination and promote diversity and inclusion in research teams. Finally, it is important to recognize that socio-cultural research is not an one-time event, but an ongoing process. As our societies evolve and change, so too must our research methodologies and approaches. We must be open to new ideas and perspectives and be willing to adopt our methodologies and as necessary to ensure that our research remains relevant and effective. Through effective socio-cultural research, we can identify areas where our societies can work together to achieve common goals. Let us remember that we all are members of a global community and share a common humanity and a shared responsibility to promote understanding, compassion, and justice. Through socio-cultural research, we can work together to overcome these challenges that we are facing and build a better future for ourselves and for generations to come. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Now I would like to introduce His Excellency Professor Dr. Mehmet Pachaje, who is the Ambassador of Turkiye to Islamic Republic of Pakistan. He previously was the Director General of International Affairs for the Presidency of Religious Affairs Republic of Turkiye and a Council for Religious and Social Affairs for the Turkish Embassy in Washington, D.C. He is an expert on Quranic exegesis. He has served as a visiting professor at Georgetown University as well as a scholar in residence and adjunct faculty member at Wesley Theological Seminary. Mr. Pachaje has also taught at Ankara University, Islamic International University of Malaysia, Bamberg University, and King Saud University in Saudi Arabia. We welcome Sir to Allama Iqbal Open University, Islamabad, Pakistan, and I would request you to please address the House.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Honorable Vice Chancellor Nasir Mahmoud, dear faculty members, dear deans, ladies and gentlemen, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Actually, last year in 2022, we celebrated the 75th year of the establishment of the relations between Turkey and Pakistan. And we organized many similar events last year, and we certainly celebrated the our relations. Even though we celebrated the 75th year of our relations between Turkey and Pakistan, in fact, our relations, I believe, go back to a century ago or even centuries ago. When we study the history of relations, I believe we can go all the way back to 12th, 13th centuries, to Ghaznavid period, and afterwards during Ghaznavid period, Ghaznavid era, we had many Turkish dynasties right in this region at the time, and when we come to 16th, 17th centuries, we have Baburs in this region of the world, northern part of India, basically in Afghanistan, and our relations between Ottomans at the time in the western part of the Asia and this part of Asia, South Asia, the relations are recorded. And when the colonialists appeared in the Middle East and in this part of the world, again our relations continued and supporting each other, the two parts of the Muslim world continued. For instance, when in the 15th century when Fatih Sultan Mehmet II conquered Constantinople, conquered Istanbul from East Roman Empire, and he ended the East Roman Empire. Then Sultan Muhammad Shah Bahmani sent his delegation, his great vizier, to Istanbul to celebrate this great event and to show the support of Muslims of the region to Ottomans. The Grand Vizier Imaduddin Mahmud Gawan reached Istanbul, and that visit became the another step to develop, to enhance the relations between the two great nations at the time. And at the time, the capital city of Ottomans before Istanbul was Bursa, and subcontinent Muslims opened a kind of colony in Bursa, trade center in Bursa, and our relations continued. But when we come to 19th century had been a very difficult century for all Muslim nations in North Africa, in the Middle East, and in the subcontinent at the time. And again, supporting each other and relations continued. At that time, we can see that all the developments in the center of Khilafat, i.e. Istanbul at the time, were closely followed from here. And when Ottomans had difficult times, the subcontinent Muslims at the time, they show whatever help they can to the center of Khilafat. During Balkan Wars in the beginning of 20th century, and in the beginning of again 20th century, the Dardanelles War, or what we call Çanakkale War, and later on the Independence War against the colonialists. These all events were closely followed and supported by the subcontinent Muslims at the time. During Çanakkale War in 1915, we know that, the history records that many Muslim delegations reached Istanbul, doctors, engineers, to support Ottoman army at the time, and they personally fought against the invaders within Ottoman army. And again, the Khilafat movement right over here was a clear sign of the support of this region to Ottoman Empire, Ottoman armies to fight against the colonialists. So When Pakistan was established in 1947, almost simultaneously, young Turkish Republic recognized Pakistan, and then on the relations continued, has gone on almost perfectly. We always support each other in really dire times, in international arena, in our as far as when it comes to our causes like Kashmir, like Cyprus issue, we supported each other, and we closely stand by together. So, therefore, it is difficult. It is not difficult. It is quite easy to talk about the relations between Turkey and Pakistan. Always, it is easy, and it is full of good examples. But unfortunately, our relations in trade, for instance, in other sectors like education, like tourism, for instance, are not in the level that we want, that we wish actually. So we are trying to develop all these relations, and this conference is one of the efforts to develop these relations. And that's why I congratulate Allama Iqbal Open University and Yunus Emre Institute to develop, to enhance, to strengthen further our relations between the two countries, two great nations. In our dire times, we always supported each other. During flood disaster last year and before that disaster, Pakistan had a big earthquake, and just recently we had a earthquake of the century in Turkiye. Pakistan was one of the first countries to reach Turkiye and to show its help and support with Turkish people. So between Turkiye and Pakistan, between Turkish people and Pakistani people, there is a very close relation, very close relations, and love and affection is quite deep. So our relations are, as I said, just to repeat myself, are deep-rooted, in fact, and but we are to develop and further our relations to the furthest extent that we wish and would like to see. Our armies have always good relations. In defense industry we have always good relations, and there are many projects to support each other, training projects, and even building, for instance, ships, corvettes, and there are other projects to procure weapons and planes and helicopters from each other. And when we come to cultural relations, we have Urdu departments in Turkey, in different universities, Urdu language departments, and Turkish studies departments in Pakistan. And in last years also, our relations is getting better in this regard. But again, I would like to say we have to further our relations to the extent that we wish, in fact. In last years, we exchanged students, more and more students between the two countries. We received more Pakistani students to Turkey, to Turkish universities, private and public universities. But also, we would like to send more Turkish students to benefit from our experiences in different sectors, in different fields, for each other. And in this regard also, we need to further our relations. But also in some other areas, such as tourism, there is a cooperation between Turkish Airlines and PIA. These two companies are flag carriers of the countries, and they cooperate in recent years, in last years, very well. And in Pakistan, there is a Turkish institution called Marif Foundation, and it gives support to Pakistani education, primary level and secondary level and higher level education. And they have 27 campuses in all over Pakistan, and they educate, according to today's number, 13,000 Pakistani students. So they try to give, it's a very efficient, very professional foundation in this regard, and they try to give or provide support to Pakistani education. And also we have in Pakistan, Turkish Cooperation and Coordination Agency, and its representative right over here. And that institution, a public institution, governmental institution, tries to give support to Pakistani people with different projects in agriculture, in education, in at university level, supporting some Pakistani universities, and so on. In media also, we have to develop our relations. Today, all Pakistani citizens, almost all of them, know who is Ertuğrul through the Turkish soap operas or TV series. So we have to further our relations in this regard as well, and we have to sign joint projects, in fact, to develop our relations in this regard and also further our relations. So there are many opportunities. To develop, to enhance and further our relations because the ground is suitable, and there is a heart-to-heart relationship between Pakistani and Turkish people. And I believe Yunus Emre Institute, organizing this organization with Allama Iqbal Open University goes one step further in this regard, and I believe similar events, similar cooperations will help us enhance our relations. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. And now I would request Professor Dr. Nasir Mahmood, the Vice Chancellor of Allama Iqbal Open University, to please address the House.
जी बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम। तौकार साहब की खूबसूरत उर्दू के बाद अंग्रेज़ी में बोलना, और वो भी पाकिस्तानी का, मुनासिब नहीं है जी। माशाल्लाह, he's such a good and fluent speaker in Urdu that I was just telling them that after his Urdu, I shouldn't speak in English or any other language. Either I should speak in Turki language or I should go with Urdu. But anyway, just to make the communication possible, with due apology to him, I'll continue in English. This gives me an utmost pleasure being the Vice Chancellor of the university, and it's a great sense of honor for us to welcome His Excellency Mehmet Pachache, Professor and Ambassador of Republic of Turkey in Pakistan. We are thankful to you for taking out time and making this conference possible and joining us today here at this main campus of Allama Iqbal Open University. We also welcome Professor Tokar, a very good friend of not only ours, but a very good friend of Pakistan, and has always been available to us as our ambassador in Turkey. So we are thankful to him as well for making all arrangements, and also for his continuous support to the cause of relationship between the two countries. My fellow vice chancellors from different universities, our deans sitting here, professors, our faculty members, delegates from all over the country. I've seen many friends sitting here from various universities of Pakistan, and our delegates from abroad as well, from Turkey as well, officers of the university, head of departments, and my fellow colleagues. I'm really thankful to all of you for sparing time and enjoying these moments here where we all are talking about or reiterating the different facets of relationships we have between these two brotherly countries over the centuries, not decades. And we traditionally cherish and get pride in ourselves with the kind of relationship we have built over centuries. We always enjoy it, and we always feel it as an asset, not only for ourselves, the both countries, but for the Muslim Ummah in general as well. For this particular conference, I feel the context is very, very important for all of us, in which we have gathered today. Two great poets, one from Yunus Amre. We are not very familiar, at least I was not too familiar about him, unless a couple of months back I met Tokar Saab here, and he explained to us the thoughts and the poetry of that great poet. And there's so many commonalities in the way of thinking of this Yunus Amre and Allama Muhammad Iqbal, who is our national poet here. And I realized that there are many common things to cherish in the messages given to the nations by these poets. And these can be the bedrock, or this can be the starting point for all of us to build a new relationship in this context. And it gets very well fit into the theme of the conference, where we see that our brotherly relations, as far as mutual respect, as far as the closeness of relation is concerned, but we should move beyond that by building on these brotherly relations and making it something as a strength for our countries and for the Muslim Ummah in general as well. The word, particularly in this 21st century, I believe is looking back towards us. The Asian culture in general and the Asian traditions in general are being acknowledged across the world as being one of the important ways of establishing life on sound grounds in the world. The traditions and the values we cherished over centuries as Muslims, as Asians, are now getting even more recognized across the world as being the solid way of spending a good life and a healthy life in the world. Meeting the challenges we are having today in terms of not only the economic progress of the world, but in fact in terms of having a welfare life, in terms of spending a happy life and a cherished life for all communities. So I feel that we are more responsible now for enlightening the world by building upon the rich heritage we have and portraying it to the rest of the world, that this can be one of the most feasible options to move forward for happier life on the world and mutual coexistence of humanity. In this conference, I was just looking at the programs and the speakers I was just going through and the kind of topics we'll be talking about. I wish I would try to be a part of it, present physically here, listening to them. They are covering different aspects of life which mean a lot to all of us for the future. The kind of challenges we in Pakistan and the Turkish people are facing now, they are quite common in the sense. Turkey has been through a very devastating earthquake very recently, the past. And just before that, Pakistan had been through one of its worst floods in the decades. Our people are still suffering from both these severe calamities. And we expect that the kind of environmental changes we have been through in the last few decades, this is going to repeat itself. Even this year in Pakistan, we are expecting that there are almost 70% chances that we'll have a similar kind of floods this year as well. If we'll not be addressing these things on emergency basis, we'll not be able to help our people get out of these calamities. These kind of forums are good places to cherish relationships, but we should share our knowledge, we should share our expertise. Being two countries who are considered as relatively more advanced in terms of their scientific capacity, in terms of their capability to address these issues, we should work together and come up with solutions not only to address our own problems, but to give support to the rest of the Islamic world as well in these regards, in these issues. Allama Iqbal Open University has always been forthcoming in collaborating with universities across the world, has always been welcoming for establishing such collaborations, and we had a long history of that. And a very good part of our history is our relationship at academic and research level with universities in Turkey. We already have our MOUs signed, exchange programs, both faculty and student exchange programs, and also some joint degree programs with universities in Turkey. Last year, we had MOUs signed with 5 universities, and in Pakistan, we generally say that MOUs are the easiest thing to do with different parties. But our MOUs with them are not only to the extent of MOUs. Even when I'm talking to you today, some of our faculty members are already on exchange programs in Turkey. What I feel is that from Turkey, some more researchers should come to Pakistan. I think the number of people from our universities to Turkey is relatively more than what the number of people coming from there to our universities. We are trying to make our universities a better place to host them, both academically and physically, so that they can come and comfortably work here, because this mutual exchange can build a pool of people who understand the both sides. And once you understand the both sides, you are in a better position to support it. So we, at this university at least, and my colleagues from other universities will agree, that we are more than welcoming to the, and we request His Excellency to encourage people in the universities there to join us here for a short period of time, like 3 months, 4 months. Come here with specific topics in their mind, and we should work together here, and this will build a mass of people which will play a critical role in actually promoting this, or fast forwarding our relationship in these areas. Allama Iqbal Open University has a very strong Urdu department and Shoba Iqbaliyat, which we call Department of Iqbaliyat. And they are already connected to each other. We already had a delegate of students from Turkey who had their Urdu course here completed here, and that was a wonderful experience. We would like to extend it forward. As His Excellency mentioned, the best utility of our long-standing relations will be realized when we have improved trade between two countries, when we have more economic ties between two countries. Our activities at business level improve, so that we can actually benefit from each other's accomplishments or each other's work in these areas. I can continue with this because I have a long list of things here, but just keeping in mind that we were supposed to finish it at 10:30, I would close it here just by thanking to different people who have organized this conference from both sides. Thanks to all of you sitting here, and thanks to our team at Allama Iqbal Open University with Dr. Zahid Majid being coordinating them, Dr. Arif Saab is sitting here, and all others who have been part of this. I will not name all long list of people, but our team at Allama Iqbal Open Universities is now, as far as I understand, is very well trained in organizing such activities on a very short notice. They can help us, our academics, our administrative departments, our support departments. They are all, I'm really thankful to all of them for their consistent support in this regard. And I believe that such activities are one of the main purpose of our universities, where such academic activities provide opportunity to our colleagues to get benefit of it, and get some ideas for their future work. So thank you to everyone for joining us today. Thank you, His Excellency, for taking out time and coming here. Your presence has really honored us, and we're looking forward to have further strengthened relationship between the two countries as a result of such activities. Thank you very much.
I would request the Vice Chancellor and the guests as well as the deans to please come at the front of the stage for the exchange of souvenirs.